He smelled like days without a shower. His coat was torn. His shoes didn't match. So when Officer Doyle saw him curled up outside the luxury hotel, he smirked. "Get up, old man, before I drag you out myself," he barked. But when the man shifted slightly, revealing the unmistakable shine of a Presidential Medal of Freedom around his neck, everything stopped. Doyle's grip on his taser loosened. His jaw dropped. The crowd began to murmur. "Wait, is that?" Welcome back to the channel. Today's story is one that proves appearances can be dangerously deceiving. It's about injustice, dignity, and the hidden past of a man the world had forgotten, until one officer's mistake brought the truth crashing into daylight. Stay with us, because what happens next will leave you speechless. It was a bitter January morning in downtown Chicago. The air was sharp, unforgiving. Commuters bustled past, eyes down, clutching coffee cups and wrapping scarves tighter. But on the steps of the Fairmont Grand Hotel, a man sat motionless. He was hunched over, wrapped in a tattered army jacket, frayed and patched. His beard was snow-white, his skin marked with the rough texture of hard years. A tattered cardboard sign rested beside him. "Just need warmth. God bless you." Most people ignored him. A few tossed coins. Some shook their heads in disgust. The doorman had called the police 3 times. Finally, Officer Greg Doyle pulled up, lights flashing. He walked over, boots crunching the icy sidewalk. "Let's go, Pops. You can't park yourself here." The old man didn't move, just stared forward. "I said move." Doyle raised his voice. Still no reaction. That's when he laughed under his breath. "Guess I'll make it easy for you." He reached for his radio. Then it happened. The old man shifted, and his coat slipped just slightly to the side. That's when Doyle saw it. A golden medallion, worn around the man's neck, resting just under his collarbone. Polished, untouched by the filth around him. Doyle leaned in, squinting. The presidential seal, the Medal of Freedom. His stomach dropped. The hotel staff, guests, and even a few pedestrians began to gather. Someone whispered, "Is that real?" Doyle knelt beside the man. "Sir, what's your name?" The old man looked at him for the first time. Eyes deep, haunted, intelligent. "You called me Pops a moment ago," he said, voice raspy. "But back in '87, the president called me Doctor." Whispers grew louder. Doyle's fingers trembled as he pulled out his phone and ran a search. Within seconds, the truth came crashing in. Dr. Charles E. Rowland, mathematician, codebreaker, veteran. He'd helped develop the cryptographic protocol that ended a decades-long cyber war in the late 1980s. His work had saved thousands, maybe more, but after his wife died, he disappeared from the public eye. Years of depression, no family left, no one to care for him. He'd vanished into the streets. And now, the very city he helped protect was mocking him, discarding him. Let's back to 1984. Dr. Rowland was in a classified bunker at Fort Meade, writing lines of code that military leaders would later call the digital Berlin Wall. His mind worked like a machine, efficient, brilliant, uncompromising. He received the Medal of Freedom in a private ceremony after a cyber attack was neutralized that would have collapsed U.S. air traffic control and bank systems. But Dr. Rowland was always a quiet man. When the reporters asked for quotes, he simply said, "I serve because I believe in peace, not headlines." After retiring, he cared for his wife, Gloria, who battled Alzheimer's. When she passed in 2015, he broke. He left his house, his accounts, everything. His mind, once his greatest strength, betrayed him with grief. Now to the present. Officer Doyle stared at the man in disbelief. And that's when it hit him. How many others had he walked past? Mocked? Judged? The hotel manager came out, demanding the man be removed. Doyle turned to him and said, "You'll remove no one. That man deserves more respect than this whole block combined." But it didn't stop there. Doyle took Dr. Rowland to a nearby hospital himself, bought him clean clothes, paid for a hotel room out of pocket. Then he called a journalist friend. By nightfall, the story had gone viral. The next week, the mayor of Chicago held a press conference. Dr. Roland, clean-shaven, still frail but upright, stood at the podium in a borrowed suit. "I didn't ask for this," he said. "But if my story reminds even one person that value isn't measured in clothes or comfort, but in character, then maybe it was worth sleeping on concrete." The president sent a personal letter. A veterans group raised over $500,000 for his long-term care. And Doyle? He started a city initiative called Honor the Forgotten, connecting volunteers with homeless vets to uncover their stories and get them support. So the next time you see someone down, broken, forgotten, remember this: greatness wears no uniform. Heroes don't always shine. Sometimes, they sit alone on cold concrete, waiting for the world to remember who they are. Thanks for watching. If the story moved you, subscribe and share. Because real justice starts with understanding, and real change begins with stories like this one.